I have my new camera, but the SD card is not working properly at the moment, so we're still in SD for now. Sorry. Are we just gonna forget that Sophie missed a day? Does she not get like a punishment or anything? Because I know she was probably really busy or couldn't make one, but she still didn't make one. And I don't think you should be allowed to do that. Okay, so what's going on here? We're surrounded by leprechauns causing anarchy in the streets, and all of a sudden someone drives by in their Batmobile, stops, they get out, but it's not Batman. Okay, I am just making this up off the top of my head, by the way. Okay, so the Batmobile, it stops by the Skeptic 7 crew, fighting off all the leprechauns with their signature weapons. I have my Mountain Dew bottles, Gerard has his mug, Porrick has his army of sheep, etc, etc. So the Batmobile stops, a door opens, and a leg pops out. But the leg isn't black, and you'd think that if it was Batman's leg, it would be black. So we're a bit confused at this point. The leg is actually red, and no one really knows why. The rest of the body emerges from the Batmobile, and it's Robin. Kind of a disappointing climax. So everyone's a bit disappointed. They're like, we wanted to see Batman. And Robin's like, I'm sorry, Batman's on break for today. But then, emerging from the sky on his candy cane umbrella comes, are you ready for this? Clint Eastwood, who basically just swoops down and knocks Robin right out of sight range. He looks at all the leprechaun madness and says, I've been waiting for a challenge. First thing he does is take off his western cowboy hat and slings it. Instantly just slices through about 15 of the leprechaun's stomachs. Then he gets the aforementioned candy cane umbrella in 2 hands, chokes one of the leprechauns with it around the neck. Then, while the leprechaun is dead but still standing somehow, then manages to lift himself up using the dead standing leprechaun on the edge of his candy cane umbrella as a balance, starts spinning around that leprechaun and basically just running across all the other leprechauns, knocking them down. After that, he just throws the candy cane umbrella about 1.5 yards, which some leprechauns are still at, and it hits the ground and makes a giant explosion like it's a grenade, because Clint Eastwood is just that epic. Then he gets out his gun and starts shooting all the leprechauns left and right, somehow never running out of ammo. The people of Skeptic 7 roar and cheer in amazement and chant Eastwood's name as he pops every individual one of the leprechauns off like crash test dummies, yelling things like, "Die, butt punchers!" More sooner than later, every single leprechaun in town has passed away. I say passed away, it was more like disintegrated into dead flesh. But just as everyone thinks they're safe, a ginormous thump on the ground they hear. Then another. Then another. The thumps are getting louder. Eastwood looks at the gigantic monstrosity and says, Jared, I think you're gonna have to carry on the story from here. If you've made it this far in the video, thank you for sticking through that horrible ruining of a well-established storyline. I wanted to actually work this part of the video into the story somehow, but I couldn't figure out a way. Basically, I started up a new channel. If any of you on this channel actually like to hear me ramble, which I'm guessing most of you don't, seeing as how many dislikes my videos get. But if you do, you can go and subscribe to youtube.com/gamingwithcaleb, and that'll just be like 15 to 20 minute chunks of me playing any video game that you want me to play, pretty much, while just talking about what's on my mind and the game at hand, but mostly just what's on my mind. My name is Wednesday, I'll see you next Wednesday, or even earlier if you subscribe to Gaming with Caleb. So the Batmobile stops, and the door opens, and a leg comes out of the door, but you think that Batmobiles... What the fuck am I talking about?